From here, you can consider your best challenge options, which is rarely to fight, as this often just drains your energy, takes a great deal of time, and complicates matters more. Nor is it to take flight as a victim, as this simply drains your vital energy. Rather, it is to balance the situation and own your personal power by saying to yourself, just flow. Once you own your personal power, you can offer a thoughtful, life giving, rather than life taking, balanced response by presenting conflict resolutions to what may have caused the conflict in the beginning. You can then return to a balanced, principled negotiation where you can work together to find solutions to the negotiation that are of mutual benefit to all. In some cases, it might be wise to consult with a life coach, as he or she has seen conflict many times before and can help you resolve differences and help you find win-win options. Unfortunately, however, some people you must deal with have become wounded and jaded due to what has come before, and they are not looking for solutions and resolutions. Rather, they are looking for trouble. And if you are looking for what's wrong versus what's right in the world, it is easy to find it, especially in a team or a family, for after all, we are human beings. It is for this reason that difficult and judgmental people can sabotage, if not destroy, a team and a family in a heartbeat. Difficult, judgmental, and abusive people are toxic and can take a toll on your wellness and well-being if for no other reason than they drain your energy. Ultimately, you must make a choice, which is to live with a difficult, judgmental, and/or abusive person and the stress and pain they cause, or you move on. If you decide to move on, the best balanced challenge response is to learn as much as you can from this situation about this type of personality, yourself, and your selection process so that you will not repeat the same stressful and painful mistake again. Wisdom Quest and the post-game win-learn response. Losing a stressful game is one thing, but what if after having executed the game to perfection, you lose everything? What if you lose all your money, your ideal career, the love of your life, and your wellness, and now your stress has morphed into distress? It is sad but true. Losing will sometimes happen to you because in the games of competition, there can only be one winner, and it may not be you. It is for this reason that disappointment prevails and is everywhere. If this has happened to you, you need to learn how to lose by engaging in a post-game analysis where you will summons the life champion's win-learn balanced challenge response, so that the next time you play the game of life, you will do so stressless, painless, and achieve life success. Like it or not, your enemies are your greatest teachers, and so the best win-learn challenge response is to honor your teachers, for it is through them that you will learn the tough lessons which will make you wiser, tougher, and honor yourself, knowing that it is okay to make a mistake, as it is simply a win-learn situation. Stress mitigation and the balancing act. If stress is all about instability and imbalance, then the best win-learn challenge response is to figure out what caused your instability and imbalance and what caused you to lose in the first place, and then to balance and stabilize it so that you will play the games of life stressless and be more apt to achieve life success in the future. This is all about a win-learn outcome. That said, here are some of the ingredients you need to know about creating stability and thus mitigating your stress in this age of instability and high stress. The Personal Power Foundation. The first secret to stress mitigation and living stressless in the future is to achieve some level of stability in your life by building a strong foundation so that your house of cards is strong enough and flexible enough to weather any storm that life may throw at you. Here, you first need to look at what inner strength and personal power you currently possess, which may include, but it is not limited to, your special talents and your ability to creatively problem solve, knowing full well that you can create yourself out of any mess you get yourself into. Your skills within, such as your confidence and positive attitude, your will to win, and your willpower, and your experience and the wisdom you now possess by having stepped into more than one mess while still finding your way back home again. Next, you need to look at your core team, such as your family and loved ones, to see if they are or can be your tower of strength and your belief in a higher power, which you may feel will empower you to move with spirit, to conquer any pressure, conflict, and adversity that you may encounter. That said, if there is a crack in your own personal power foundation, it would be best that you balance and stabilize it before you venture back into the fast track in the age of uncertainty again. Conquering your core patterns. The next secret in a successful win-learn response is to discover what your core patterns are, i.e., those patterns that you repeat that cause you stress and distress, and that cause you to lose in the games of life. For example, it may be that you believe in yourself and your personal power too much, whereas in being overconfident, you play in high-risk, high-stakes, high-stress games without sufficient capital, or the contrary, where you enter the game lacking in confidence, where you fold at the first sign of stress and play the game not to lose. Or it may be that you feel you have to carry the ball and do all of the heavy lifting, whereas you have too much to do and not enough time to do it, and you resent those sitting on the sidelines. Or that you have empowered your team so much that you have taken your eye off the ball and someone has betrayed you. Or it may be that your core pattern is to continually attract dysfunctional people into your life, which requires a great deal of time and energy on your part to deal with their fight-flight responses, such as their fear, anxiety, worry, and/or anger. Or it may be that those around you may no longer be the right fit for you, as they have chosen to live their life contractive, playing not to lose, coming from a scarcity mentality, when you have chosen to live your life expansive, playing to win, while coming from a prosperity point of view. Whatever your core pattern is, you need to balance and stabilize it so you won't have to paddle upstream again. Risk mitigation. A further win-learn response is to make sure that the next time you enter a high-stress, high-stakes game that you dive back in with some stability, just in case you hit some inclement weather and things don't turn out as expected. As illustrative, if you are playing in a risky, high-powered business game, it is prudent to have a cash reserve, multiple income streams, a contingency plan, and an exit strategy so as to mitigate your risk, and your stress for that matter. It is wise to balance and then mitigate your risk before you dive into deep water again. Here is the best news of all. If you learn your core lessons and then balance and stabilize them through the win-learn response, you will never have to repeat them again. And if you can learn your lessons at a whisper rather than at a scream, or when it becomes a wake-up call, you will never get hit with a 2x4 again.